but they taste great over like, if you like beans and rice, you would really like this. It's just kind of a different take on it. But look at this. Mmm. I was curious about this park here. This is where my family and I like to come sometimes to bring our camper, our RV. So what uh-oh, I just found a knife. A BK K-bar. Wow. Holy crap. It's a heck of a find right there. K-bar. Olean, New York, USA. Got a dog bowl. And some tent stakes. What brand are they? Oh, just some L generics. Hopefully the wind doesn't kill this too much. I'm out here at this park. This is a place that I really like to bring my RV. Brought the Super Cub, as you guys noticed. Went through all these different areas over here to see kind of what they had to offer. A couple years ago, when we were coming here to go camping, they didn't have any electricity, so we did some truck bed camping, and then we ended up not having any electricity. So that was kind of a rarity. The first time we came here, when they first started the construction, I backed my camper up over here and actually had a long extension cord, and the lady and I, we shared a power outlet. She just had this really cool little trailer that she converted into a camper, but we spent the weekend just sharing power, and that was cool. Like, she was super friendly. She left and left us a little gift of ketchup packets because she felt like she needed to leave a gift. I like this park. This is a very cutaway park. There's almost no cell phone service here, which is cool. There's a beautiful lake down there. I was gonna actually do lunch down there at the lake, but this wind is really, really threatening. So we're not gonna do lunch at the lake. We're gonna do lunch right here with this really cool BK2 from K-Bar that I found just sitting stabbed into a pole back here. I'm gonna put it on Facebook for Lost and Found, and kind of just say, hey, where did I find this? I'm gonna leave it up there for 30 days. If nobody claims it, then I'll keep it. I'll get a sheath purchased for it, and it'll just go into my knife collection as well. I might actually get engraved that it was a camp find and get the date put on there, just because I'm quirky like that. But anyway, today for lunch, I'm gonna have, I don't know if you guys have ever had these before, Madras lentils. They're some of my favorite. It's lentils, red beans, spices, simmered in a creamy tomato sauce. There comes that wind again. They're really, really good. But I'm going to cook them on some rice. I'll put them on some rice, but I'm going to cook some rice in my pot. I brought my HiddenWoodsmen haversack with me. I love this guy here. This is just a really good, really good bag. But I brought my FireMaple Fortress stove. This is a titanium stove. I want to try it with alcohol first before I do a burn on it with wood, just to see how it works. And I figured it's windy. Let's see what the stove's made out of, right? If you're using wood and it's a windy day out, sure, your stove is going to work, because that wind is just going to keep on feeding the stove. But let's put this guy together here. and see how well she works. He works, she works, they work. I don't really care what it is. Stove. I am gonna put this plate right here up at the top, just so that way I can put my burner down in there. You squeeze it together like that, and then you take your front plate. Really simple stove to put together. Just take your front plate, says FireMaple, up like that, and you are together. I am going to be using my Trangia alcohol burner. Love this guy. And I'm also going to be putting a windscreen around this just because I want to get the best performance out of this as possible right now. I am using this Canteen kit. This is a titanium Canteen kit that I got. It's got a cool cap, but let me show you guys. I'm not a big fan of the case. It's starting to wear in a little bit, so it's starting to grow on me because the Canteen is fitting in here better. But when I very first got it, it was tough. This is from SilverAnt Outdoors. I like the style of this, so this is how I get the cup out. I actually have to like kind of squeeze it out a little bit because it is such a tight fitment, but it comes out. I figured I'd stick with the titanium theme. Now, with this cup, see, it kind of fits pretty decent on here, but I'm gonna move you back just a hair so you can get a better view of all this. There we go. But I am gonna put these guys on here. These little, oh, you know what I did? I put the wrong side on. I need to put this back piece on the side here because I should have been paying attention to that. It has cutouts on it. See, it doesn't matter how many stoves you have, you can always make a mistake. When you're putting the stove together, make sure that the one that has no cutouts on the top goes on the back. There we go. And then make sure the other one that has another cutout on it like this goes on the other side. And you'll see why. But it's a really easy stove to put together. I mean, you can't, apparently you can mess it up once. If you're like me, you can mess up anything once. Okay, so there we go. The pot stands are now, the pot stand slots are now across from each other. Slide this in, give it just a small, when you hold it together, you just give it a little small tilt like that. Okay, so back to where I was saying. I love to cook out of Canteen cups, and one thing that's always first thing on my mind whenever I'm using a Canteen cup is, will the stove hold the cup? Well, this stove will definitely hold a Canteen cup. So before we do anything, we got to get this stove lit. We're going to put a windscreen around it just to help protect some of the heat. I do have a windscreen. I have the age-old Solo stove windscreen that I've had for years and years and years. She ain't pretty, but she will work. Let's bring you guys on over here and see what I got going on here. Keep her going. We're just gonna drop our little burner down inside of here. We're gonna light it, and then we're gonna put our rice and pot up on top. So. rice is getting a good boil to it, so to prevent it from scorching, I'm going to grab a hold of it here, put it down. I'm going to grab my simmer ring right here. How well can we do the simmer ring? Yep. Yeah, we can kind of do it, can't we? Can we do it? Oh yeah, we can. Alright, put the simmering on there. Just dial down the heat a little bit. Put that guy right back on there. Looks good, doesn't it? Dialed it in just about right. I am going to cover it. Yeah. Okay, I was over here listening to music, vibing out. So let's check our rice. Ooh, I believe our rice is ready. I believe this rice is ready to go. Let's try it. Let's see. Yeah, don't see anything stuck to the bottom either. Nice. Let's see. Ready? Perfect. Nothing crunchy. It's the way we want it. So, let's get this rice off. That's good. Love some jasmine rice though, right? So we're going to put these guys back in the windscreen because I don't want to lose them. This is my second solo stove windscreen because I did break one one time. But pull this guy off. Oh, handle's nice and cool too. And I've got this little meal kit here that I put together with my HiddenWoodsmen set. So it's just a plate, and I've already got my silverware out, plate and napkin. Get the rice put out here on the plate. It's a lot of rice, a lot more than I thought I was. I'm probably not gonna eat all this rice. Oh yeah. All right, next, I'm gonna pour some water in this guy, like that. I'm gonna crack this open just a hair, and this should fit right into that water. Oh, I put a little bit too much in there, I think. Yep. Like this, just enough so I can mix. Now I'm going to, oh my gosh, that's gonna taste so freaking good. One of my favorites. I'm gonna pull the simmering off. Woo, just feel that heat pick up, boy. What? That's nice. All right, now with that simmering off, I'm sticking this guy right back on there. I am going to let that cook up. I got some rice on it still. I'm gonna let that cook up while I'm mixing it. Essentially, I'm treating it like a boiling bag because I don't want this madras to cook all over the place, and then it would just be really bad cleanup. Now all I have to do for cleanup is just my plate once I'm done eating. So this is kind of what I tend to do when I have these bags, but this is one of my favorites. And boy, I'm hungry. I put the windscreen back around it. I was hoping that with this wind dying down a little bit, the stove could really perform. I did see the fuel in the stove start to shake a little bit. So since I put the windscreen around it, I heard the stove, you might be able to hear it, fully gasify. It's doing a great job. It won't be long until this is ready to go. Ooh, I can really feel the heat in there too, boy. Nice. So freaking good. Yep. I'm gonna get rid of some of this water. Gotta be careful, don't lose my food. There we go. got rid of just a little bit of the water in the canteen cup. I don't want it to boil over, and then pour the water into my Trangia burner. That wouldn't be good. Yeah, this is my spread. Got a little bit of simmering going on. She's almost ready. She's almost ready. I think let's go over and while this is preparing, let's go see if the water over here works. Really would make cleanup at camp something special today. A lot of these parks, they wait to turn their water on. I noticed the gentleman over here doesn't have any water hookup. There is no water hookup here though, and there's no sewer hookup. I'm fortunate enough that I have my own RV dump station at home. So, yep, the water does work. I'll show you. I didn't want to turn it all the way on, but sweet. Really looking forward to bringing the camper back up here, just because I love camp here. It's quiet. It's away from everything. And they only got 4 camp spots. In the US, this is one of those like little rare finds. Let's see how food's doing, shall we? Oh yeah. Let's see. Almost there. May not look like much to some of you, but if you've ever had this, then you would understand how delicious this really is. Stick that right there. I have a to-go food bag. Give you guys a little bit of a first bite here. This is show you again. Madras lentils. They got a little bit of spice to them. Not too hot though. I'd say probably very mild, but they got enough flavor. But they taste great over life. If you like beans and rice, you would really like this. It's just kind of a different take on it. But look at this. Oh my goodness. So freaking good. So the stove did really well. It's a really lightweight flat pack titanium stove. This was sent to me when I got my kettle. I'll be showing you guys my kettle in my next video. And I'll be using the stove along with it. But I just wanted to bring it out because I like to take the scooter out. I like to kind of check out different areas. And this is a really good option. Yeah, so it served me well. Lightweight stove, man. I mean, can't really beat that, right? And the thing about FireMaple stoves are they're all really freaking affordable. So if you're on the fence about getting a stove, or if you're looking for a new lightweight titanium stove, check it out. It's not sponsored or wasn't told to do that. I'm just telling you. I've spent enough money at FireMaple that they were kind enough to send me a stove with one of my latest purchases, which was really cool. So can't beat that. Yeah, so I mean, if you're in the market for a new stove, or you're checking out some lightweight titanium options, check out the FireMaple stove. It's super light. This is a lot of food, and this is a single serving. I probably had a double serving of rice though, but the meal itself is only a single serving. Remember, if you're cooking with titanium, have a pair of freaking multi-tool with you, or if you're like me, have two. Apparently I had two in my pocket, didn't realize it. But I guess my multi-tool can just go in my coffee kit, right? It can just go right on in there. I'll put it in there with my other one, which is the Leatherman T4. These are the ones I'm carrying with me most of the time when I'm camping. The Leatherman rebar in black, and then the free T4. It's just a knife. No rhyme or reason. Usually I carry the Wave with me, but that's predominantly been my work knife anymore. So yeah, these guys have just been with me for my camping gear. Oh yeah, here come some vehicles. Since the since the blade doesn't have a sheath, I put it in my windscreen, and this is how I'm going to transport it home. It's going to be sticking out of my haversack. Kind of funny though, look at it. Oh well. Maybe nobody will mess with me that way. With a beefy blade, that is for sure. Looks like the haversack will hold it just fine though. You gotta see it, it's funny looking, I'll show you. Looks good, right? So a family showed up with their kiddos to play at the park, and I am going to let them have their time, and I'm going to go home and hang out with my family. Time to get out of here. Well, here's the lake. It's gorgeous, but it was windy, so I'm gonna get out of here, guys. Thank you so much for coming along, and we'll see you in the next one.